So I was up in South Georgia recently, and I was on the hunt for some good honey. And word of mouth brought me to B&G Honey Farm, an apiary ran by Mr. Bobby Colson himself, a gentleman who's been running bees since 1989. He was kind enough to show me the ropes and give me a glimpse into the secretive world of bees. And I knew he'd have a lot of information and wisdom. So, naturally, I began with some questions. So how much upkeep do your bees require?
Probably every 3 weeks, roughly, plus or minus. We'll check them. Sometimes go in, and it all depends on what's going on. If there's a honey flow going on, we don't like to go in and disturb them. Maybe the only thing you do is maybe add another super to them, or a super or a box if they need more space. But on average, every 3 weeks or so. Not much more than looking after your dog or cat.
Right. What is your favorite part about working with the bees in particular?
Bees in particular, well, just to go into a hive, open it up, see them growing, see them working. When you look at a honeybee hive, you know man didn't have anything to do with it. The good Lord had to plan something like this. It's a social community. Every bee, as it hatches, has its own duties at different times, and even though they don't live long at the time, they never stop. They're always working, always doing something, even at night.
What is your least favorite part about working with the bees?
Cleaning up.
What kind of cleanup does that entail? Is it just like the hive beetles, or?
Well, if hive beetles or something like gets in them and kills a hive, then you got to go in and clean it up. And the hive beetles leave an awful mess. You got wax moths that leave a spidery webbing. It's not the mess, but it's still a chore to be done.
So how often do you get stung? I'm sure people are wondering maybe.
It all depends. I may go out there today and never get a sting, and then may go the next day. All depends on the weather, and may get a dozen.
Mm-hmm. You're probably pretty tolerant at this point to all the stings.
It still hurts, but so far the sting does not bother me.
And you don't wear your suit, I'm guessing, when you go out?
Yes, I wear a veil.
Okay.
I wear what they call a jacket. It's a veil and a jacket all together, and I zip it up. I don't like to get stung either.
So you don't wear the pants then? You're saying you just wear the shirt?
Jacket up, yes.
Yeah. When I go, I've been a few times. I wear the whole thing. I was like a spaceman.
Yeah.
Not trying to get stung,
but you see, one thing, I wear lighter clothes, and they prefer the lighter clothes. The dark clothes, they don't like, of course.
Yeah.
And see, the socks are light also.
Yeah, and your pants are pretty loose too.
That's
so
right.
They say you should wear baggy, loose clothes.
That's right. You're gonna kill bees as you work with bees, and you take one box off, put another on, or you can put the top on. What we try to do is take a smoker and just give them a puff or two, and let them move them, and then place the box in place or whatever. A bee only lives 6 weeks. So you can't get sentimental with them.
Can't try naming them all anyway.
That's right.
What is your advice to someone who is considering keeping bees at home?
At home?
Or on their property?
Everybody's not suited for bees. And some people want them for a conversation piece, or say, to tell, hey, I've got bees, and that's fine. But join a club. There's so many local clubs. Join a club, sit in the meetings, ask questions, and that's what it's all there for. And be calm about it, and wear your clothing, but get your advice. Get you some advice before you get bees. Just set them in the backyard. Right.
No, I think the clubs are a great way for people to find out if bees work for them, and they can actually get hands-on and go to like a bee day, beekeeping day, and go to the club site and say, oh man, this is awesome, or be like, ooh, that's right, yeah, I'm not really feeling this like I thought I would. You don't only work with honey, but you also help with pollination. Could you explain that a little bit more?
Pollination? Well, watermelons, for instance, we just came off of 200 acres of watermelons. And what they do with the watermelons, they're selling the seedless type watermelons, but they plant, say, 6 rows of a seed type, 12 rows of seedless type. you got to have cross-pollination to produce seedless watermelons. And squash, cucumbers, cantaloupes, all your melons, that type of stuff. People put them on blueberries, and it's a very important. In other words, can you imagine pollinating an apple tree by hand?
Mr. Colson showed me around and told me about the important role bees play on our earth. He also said that honeybees pollinate 90% of plants and 1/3 of what we eat. He also mentioned one of the ways the locals can buy honey from him, an honor system set up in the mid-90s that had only been broken once. I wanted to check it out.
We came up with an idea of selling honey here, and got the utility building. Then I got somebody to come in and finish it up for us and enclose it, and of course started putting honey in it, and then we did it on an honor system, which has worked out great. And then a few years ago we added another room to it and made an office out of it. So now that office is a junk room, and we moved the office somewhere else and got a little bigger office.
Let's go inside and check it out.
Okay. We just got hot already this morning.
So people just come in here and on their honor they take some honey and leave some money, huh?
That's right.
That's awesome.
We talk at garden clubs occasionally, and occasionally at a school. And if you don't think the smaller grades, lower grades won't put you to task, they will ask the same question 19 different ways.
Oh look, hey, there's you.
Yes.
I like that picture. Then it was time for what I was most excited for, getting to meet the bees up close and personal, with Mr. Colson as my guide. And what does this do for the bees?
Calms them down. But you can also, if you give them too much, you can also make them mad. It does not harm them. As long as you use the proper material. We use pine straw because pine straw puts off what they call a cool smoke. If you put paper or something like that, it'll singe the wings off. All right, I got it fired off. Right now, let's get the suit on. Now wear a sweatband.
I don't blame you. I love how it's yellow so it matches.
Did you know I can walk out in most times in a bee yard with this yellow shirt on, gold shirt, and they'll come to me?
Really?
Yeah. See, I wear the gloves.
The attire.
I've tried the full suit before, and you burn up in it.
You really do.
Okay. There's a hive tool.
Is that a scraper?
You can use it for a scraper or a pliers bar or a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. It's a must-have. The most fashionable accessory for beekeeping.
This is two things you've got to have.
Two things you gotta have.
You got to have to keep bees, that's right.
Smoker and a scraper.
Smoker and a scraper. Most times I don't use a smoker unless the bees get agitated. But the hive tube you've got to have. Now some people use a smoker every time they look at a beehive. And if you look at the books, that's what the books say do. We're gonna give them a puff of smoke. And just crack the top. Wait a second. This hive's not very old. It's not full of bees, but I'm pulling a frame that's got some honey on it. You see the honey there that's been sealed over? That's ready to eat. Down at the bottom of it, it's not sealed. They're not finished with it yet. What I do is take it and just set it to one side. See, right now they're pretty calm. This has got honey also, but a good portion of it is not sealed. One thing I'm looking for, if I can find a queen or either find eggs where she's been laying. If I find eggs, I know she's pretty well in there. Always be gentle with them. You don't want to be rough and bounce them around, drop them anything. All right, I'm seeing larvae, and I believe I see some eggs. Try to put it back in the same order it came out. See a few drones right on. Can't catch the sun right this morning, but I like to put the sun over my shoulder, and then you can see down in the cells. Okay, yes, I'm seeing larvae, I'm seeing eggs. So even though I have not seen the queen, I know if there's eggs in there, she's been in there the last few days. There's some more honey, so usually there's no need going any further because she won't be in the honey unless she don't have any more space. Now let's look one more time as I go through here. We've already seen the eggs and already seen the larvae, so I know she's been in there. I just like to see her if I can. But they're acting a little nervous, so she may not be in there. And if I don't find her this time, then I'll come back later and check again. And if I don't find her by then I'll get a new queen and replace her. Queen used to live for several years at one time, but anymore we replacing queens more than one time a year. All right, I don't see her. And she may be on the side of the box, somewhere like that. But we see where she's been, so that's the main thing. By jarring that top like that shakes the bees off, and I won't mash them as I put it back on.
Do you ever get tired of looking at the bees and helping them out?
Oh no. One thing about bees, if especially a new beekeeper goes in a hive like we done, and you run across the problem and don't know what to do, sometimes it's best not do anything. Just go off, think about it, do some research, then come back and correct the problem.
Yeah, I like that.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We got nothing to be scared of.
The bees are very important to the ecosystem, and with the pollination, in some areas people are using bumblebees, but bumblebees only got 200 or 300 to the hive, where a honeybee has 30, 40, 60,000. It all depends. So they cover a bigger area. But if it wasn't for the bee, this world would be a much sadder affair.
And heavy metal seemed to be the only thing that was me.
It's a passion. It's something I very much enjoy. I'll soon be 81, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. As long as I can keep going, I'll continue with the bees.
Won't you be my guide and let me follow? Can I hold your hand for all time's sake?
Well, I hope that was interesting for you guys. It was really fun going out there and getting to meet everybody and learning a little bit more about bees and the process of taking care of them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to always subscribe. And again, I just want to thank you for being so kind and hospitable and allowing me to come out onto your farm and check it out. I had a lot of fun, and thank you again for this really sweet gift basket that you gave me. Pun intended. Say honeybees.
Honeybees.
Thank you.
Georgia grown?
What's Georgia grown? Just supporting local farmers?
Yes.
So that's really important to you.
Yes, it is.
It looks like a piece of nature out here, which is what it is. And then we should do when we say, don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Say that again.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Okay, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Yes.
Close enough?
Good enough.
Good enough, okay.
Thank you guys. Man, the gnats are no joke out here. Are they attacking you or is it just me? Maybe I stink.
Oh, gnats are bad.
Wow. That's what we call honey. Take 5. I'm gonna hate watching that later on. Got my stir wand here. That's good honey. Thank you guys. Have a good one.